So now what we can really do is remove the following thing off, and if I try to log in having a wrong password and press login, you can see we are getting our entire error, which is password is invalid cause the following password is not belonging to abhi@gmail.com. In this video, let's learn how to implement a production-based Firebase authentication under our Flutter app. So first thing first, we can move under our prospect.yaml file and get a dependency of all the Firebase stuff and also our architecture, which is tagged. But before getting all the dependencies, make sure you have watched the following two videos and also one more of the tagged architecture, in which I have explained all the basics of tagged architecture that you should be learned too. So first of all, if you have Prospect Assist under a VS Code, you can press Ctrl Shift and P, and here under Prospect Assist, first of all let's get the dependency of tagged. Once you have gotten the dependency of tagged, let's get a dependency of Firebase Core. So here let's have Firebase Core. After having a Firebase Core, we shall be also requiring dependency of Firebase Auth. We can move under our library and create different folder structure. So here I shall be creating a new folder for a core, one more folder for a meta. Now the meta folder shall be consisting of all the views and widgets, that is all the UI stuff, and the core shall be consisting our view models and services. So first of all, let's move under meta and create a folder of views. Under views, let's create a new file of login view. After having login view, let's have one more file for sign in view. After having both the views, let's get the view models as well. So here under core, let's have a new folder for view models and also one more folder for all the services. So first thing first, let's move under our services and create a new file, that is class of authentication. So here let's have authentication.dart. Let's have a new class of authentication, which will be a service for performing all of the functionality of Firebase authentication under our Flutter application. So first thing first, let's have a final instance of Firebase Auth under case of Firebase Auth, which should be equal to Firebase Auth dot instance. Easy thing. Let's create two different future methods for logging in and also signing in. So here let's have a new future method of login with email and password. Under this method, it shall be requiring two required parameters, which will be our email and also a password. We can simply say a required for string of email and also one more required for a string of password. And let's make the following process to be asynchronous by writing asynchronous, that is async. So under this, let's have a try catch block. So under our try catch block, first of all let's catch up all the exceptions. So here I will be simply writing if e is Firebase, that is Firebase auth exception, we can simply return e for now. And under a case of try block, we can be simply writing variable user data. The following user data shall be simply awaiting for Firebase auth, and here we shall be simply signing with email and password. So under a case of email and password, first of all we shall be simply having your email and also a password. So once this thing is done, I can simply return the following user data, and from the following user data I can simply return the entire user. So once we have done everything with our method, let's copy the following method and paste it one more time. So here let's have sign in with email and password, and here we shall be simply creating a new account with email and password. So once we have created our entire two methods for logging in and also signing in, let's move under our view models and create a new file called sign in, alright, not singing but sign in view model. So under our view model, first of all let's have a new class of sign in model. We shall be simply extending with base view model. So under our entire sign in model, let's have a new final instance of authentication service. Let's name it authentication, which should be equal to authentication. Let's create a new method of login. Under a case of login method, let's have the required parameters of email and password. Let's make the following process to be asynchronous as well. So under this method, we shall be simply having a response from the user. So here I can simply say a variable response. This should be simply equal to authentication, sign in with email and password, and here let's provide here an email and also let's provide a password. So now here we can simply judge whether the following response is exception or not. So here I can simply say if response is Firebase auth exception, we can simply print a following code of the error. So here I can simply say the error is the following value of the response. Easy thing, we don't need this entire curly brackets, we can remove them off. And once we have done this, we can simply print our else statement if the following response is not an exception. Here I can simply say print the user data is the following response. So here let's have a response. So once we have done everything, let's rename this method to be sign in, not singing bro, sign in. So once we have done everything from here, let's create a new view model for our login as well. I can simply copy the entire class, paste it here, just rename this thing just to save our time. So here let's have login model and let's import everything. Let's rename the following thing to be login. So once we have created our authentication, that is service, our view models, the next thing is about our views. So let's move under our meta folder, under our views, and first of all let's create a new stateless widget under our sign in view. Instead of container, let's have a new scaffold. Let's have an app bar for an app bar, and also let's have a title to be a text. Let's have central title to be true, and after that we shall be requiring a body. So here let's have a body to be a column. Under our column, let's have main axis alignment under a center, and also let's have all the children. The children shall be consisting to different text field and also a button for signing in. So first thing first, let's have a new final email controller for catching up the text field value. That should be equal to a text editing controller. Also we shall be requiring a final password controller. So now let's move under our column, and first of all let's have a new text field. Under this let's have a controller for email controller. Also let's have somewhat decoration for input decoration. Let's have a label of enter email. Let's have one more text field. For that, copy the following thing, but here let's have a password controller, and also let's have enter password. After having both the text field, let's have a raised button. On pressing it, we should be able to simply create a new account for the user. So here let's have a new text. The next job is to simply connect our view with our view model. So for this thing, alright, login view bye bye. So under our sign in view, we can simply copy our entire scaffold, remove it from here, and use view model builder of under case of reactive. So first of all let's give a type to our view model builder, which will be a sign in model. Cool. So under our view model builder, it shall be requiring two different parameters, that is arguments. First of all, it shall be requiring a view model builder, which shall be equal to our sign in model. And once we have done this, let's have a builder as well. I am telling you one more time that if you are not familiar with what is a stacked architecture, please watch the following video to get familiar with it. So for now, let's have a context, a model, and also a child. That shall be simply referring to our entire scaffold that we have copied. So what we can really do is go under our login view. After copying the following stuff, paste it here. But here let's have a login view. Let's change some of the properties under a case of login model, and also here let's have login. Under a case of view model builder, let's have your login, and here let's have a login thing under our case of button. So format document once and we are good to go. Remove unnecessary dependency. So once everything is done from here, we should be simply moving under our main.dart file and make the following thing to be future. First of all, we should be simply having widgets flutter binding dot ensure initialized, and after that we should be simply awaiting for Firebase dot initialize app. Easy thing. So once we have done this, let's try it out. So here under our material app, let's have a new home for a sign in view. Now let's move under our sign in view and create a floating action button so that we should be able to navigate to our entire login view. So here let's have a floating action button for a floating action button, and on pressing it over it, we should be simply able to navigate to our next screen. But for now, let's have navigator dot push replacement, and here under a case of new route, we should be simply having our entire material page route. So here let's have material page route. Under a case of builder, we should be simply having a context. We should be simply referring to login view, and now we are good to go. So now as we have added some of the major dependencies and also we have played with our main.dart file, that is main method, we can simply close off our current application and open our entire debug, that is debug session one more time. Alright, so our application is up and ready, so let's check it out. Alright, so this is our application. Let's open our debug console as well. Let's clear it out, minimize it down, and here, so let's try creating a new account. So here, let's have a new email. Also, let's have a new password for it. But before signing in, let's move under our entire sign in view model. So under our sign in view model, we are simply printing out our Firebase auth exception and similarly our plain response. And under our sign in view, if we come down here, we have our raise button which is null. Under our raise button, we can simply amplify an action over our raise button. I will be simply asserting that the following button action should be equal to model of sign in, and here it will be taking two different parameters, email controller, and also it shall be requiring a password controller. And now let's test it out one more time. So here let's paste on our credentials one more time. Let's open our debug console after clearing it once, and here after pressing or signing in, alright, a new account is created and also we are getting our entire user UID. Congratulations, we have done a great job. So now once the following thing is done, let's move under our login, that is our login view, and try logging it with the following credentials one more time. So here let's enter the same credentials which was abhi@gmail.com, and also let's paste on the same password. Let's open our debug console to check what the thing is happening. Let's clear it once, and after pressing login we should be able to log in. But before that, let's go under our login view, and here under onPress method we can remove null from now, and here let's have model.login, easy thing, and here let's have email controller.text, and also we shall be requiring a password controller. Let's check our login view model one more time. So under our login view model, we are simply getting all of our data. Let's try it out. Let's enter all of our credentials. Let's open our debug console and check it out as well. Alright, so here we are simply getting all of our user data which is instance of Future Dynamic. Alright, so now once we are successfully able to sign in and simply log in under our application, let's try playing out with our response. So first thing first, we can simply convert the following thing under await state, and here under our error response, I will be simply pasting out error, that is response, and from this we can simply get all of our error data. So first of all, we shall be simply getting up our message of the error, and under a case of normal response, we will be simply removing off the following else, and here let's have our else if, and under our else if I can simply say if response is user, that is Firebase auth. If we hover over it, it will be a class of user, and here I can simply say if the response is response dot the entire thing. I will be simply printing out my email. So let's print out our email. So now let's try it out, but before trying it out, let's make the following thing under a case of login 1. So once we have done everything and our if else statement is ready as well, let's clear everything from our debug console and open our application, and let's paste on of our credentials of email, that is our password, and also our email. So here let's have our email as well. So now let's log in. Cool, so did you see that we are now able to get our user data which is our email, and the following email is abhi@gmail.com. So now what we can really do is remove the following thing off, and if I try to log in having a wrong password and press login, you can see we are getting our entire error which is password is invalid cause the following password is not belonging to abhi@gmail.com. So the next thing we shall be doing is entering a wrong email. So here let's have any sort of wrong email and a wrong password. So now let's clear our debug console, open our application, and after pressing login, you can see we are getting our new error which is there is no user corresponding to the following identifier. Congratulations, we have done a great job. We are now successfully able to handle our exceptions and also print the following exception under our debug console. So once we have done this, let's load our entire application once, and let's go back under our sign in view model. So under our sign in view model, let's have the following condition one more time. So here let's have our await state. After having await state under our else, I can simply say else if the response, we can simply print out our data. So here first of all, we can be simply printing out our response of email, and under a case of exception, I will be simply removing the following response, and here I will be simply having response of message of the following exception. So format document once, and now let's try it out. So let's open our entire debug console one more time, and here let's try creating a new account. So here I will be creating a new account of, also let's have its password to be my name as well. Let's press sign in. Cool, so we are getting our user data, which is john@gmail.com. Now let's do one thing. Once the following user is signed in with john@gmail.com, let's try creating one more account having the same credentials. So here after pressing our sign in, you can see we are getting our error, which is the error is the email address is already used by another account. Congratulations, we have done a great job. Let's try experimenting some of the more auth exceptions. So here under this case, let's have somewhat wrong email, also a wrong email as well. And here after pressing sign in, we are getting our entire data as well. But here's the thing, if I open it one more time, and from here, if I simply remove off the following thing and let the following thing go, you can see here we are getting our error that the email address is badly formatted. Congratulations, we have done a great job. But for now, if I create a new account of john2@gmail.com, and here let's have a weak password. So here let's have a password of only 2 words. Let's try signing in. And here you can see we are getting our new condition that the password should be at least of 6 characters. Congratulations, we are doing a great job. We are now successfully able to manipulate our entire authentication from our Firebase. We are now able to print our user data and also catch up the entire auth exceptions under a production state. So congratulations, you and me are doing great. So with that said, I hope you have loved today's tutorial, and if you do so, please hit that like button. Also, if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe. This channel shall provide you all the premium and best content over backend development of Flutter. So I will see you in the next one with another great tutorial. Till then, goodbye.